All right, my beautiful friends, sit down because we really do have to talk this morning. Out of control. It is Thursday, July 11th, 2019. Let me start off with the basics. As I am doing this video blog, stocks are higher across the board. Shouldn't be a surprise to anyone that followed this blog. I've been explaining this to you that this is the way stocks are going to go. But as always, you should not be looking at the stock market. I want to show you this so you can get a handle on it. We all understand, at least most of us do, that a Fed rate cut is coming at the end of this month. Every major bank right now is saying the same thing. And I explained this to you before these big lofty banks finally came on board here. Now, what I want to show you is the action in the bond market, which is where you really should be looking. This is the CNBC app, for those who keep asking. Look at the 1 month and the 3 month. See the red next to them? And then look at the rest of the curve, all green. What is this telling us? Well, a Fed rate cut is now priced into the bond market. Understand, the markets always are forward-looking. They try to price in what's going to happen before it happens, okay? And I try to keep all of you on top of these things before they happen. And for the most part, you have to admit, my record's pretty damn good. Now, what does this mean in the bigger scheme of things? So a rate cut is priced into the debt market. Stocks are responding in a positive way. This is how it's going to go moving forward. This should be, again, no surprise to any of you that follow this blog. So, again, this is just a mechanism to continue to fleece anyone with an interest-earning account, to force that cash that would be going into the pockets of those individuals that have an interest-earning account and use it to subsidize the stock market. I personally think it's revolting and disgusting. Let's talk more about revolting and disgusting. How about this? Yellowstain. You know who Yellowstain is at this point. He is going to testify yet again before Congress, and Congress is going to, frankly, and I'm just going to say this, kiss his ass, just like they did yesterday. Thank you for your service, sir. Thank you for your service, sir. What service? Is this guy some kind of a war hero? He's public enemy number one, along with every single other chairperson of central banks around the world, for which there are hundreds. It's an incredible thing. Of course, the members of Congress love this guy, because what is he doing? Well, he's making them richer. He's making the corporations that back them all richer. Now, how about this, talking about making corporations richer? Now, for those of you that are going to beat me up, don't come after me. I'm just a messenger. If you don't believe what I'm saying is true, look it up for yourself, okay? So we all know, I mean, this is pretty much common knowledge. The president has been talking about rebates, at least to help the middle class, to help people that are struggling with high drug prices, giving them rebates from the big pharma. Now, before I even move forward, ask yourself this question. Why are you and I being forced to subsidize big pharma? We pay for the research and development, and then the drug companies stick it right deep in the heart of the gabagool of all of us, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. So this all sounded like a good thing, that the president was going to offer these rebates, but now he's pulled this. He's pulled it. And have you seen what Big Pharma... Actually, let me read this to you. So I want to get this correct. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. Personally, again, this is something I find absolutely revolting, because, again, it's all a game to push the stock market higher. I have to say this, and I will again, and no one can argue, I can't imagine, that the president is fixated to the highest order on pushing the stock market higher, and this is just yet another ploy, and the middle class always loses. So here we go. Middle class loses again. So the president pulls his drug rebate proposal, and shares of health insurers jump. United Health and Cigna rose by 3.6% and 10% respectively, while CVS Health and Aetna last year rose 6.6%. I mean, pump up those stocks at the cost of who? The middle class. who always loses. I know it's just, again, it's also disturbing to me that there is a faction out there that believe that they're going to be saved by some politician. No. Every single politician has one goal, and that is to make those that support their campaigns to the tunes of tens of millions of dollars richer. And where do they get that cash from? You. That's where they get it from. It's a game. It's a twisted game. It's a corrupt game. And this is how the fall of every single society throughout history eventually collapses. By corruption at the highest level of government that bleeds downward, and the middle class always loses. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. It's very sad. Very, very sad. And you know, nothing's going to happen at all. It can't happen. It's too big right now. And again, there's still going to be that faction out there that believes that no matter what a certain individual is actually doing, they believe the polar opposite is what's happening. It's some kind of a programming mechanism of brainwashing. And I really wish people would snap out of it, but they won't. And it doesn't matter who sits in that pretty White House whatsoever. At all. This is the United States of corporate America. And you will be forced to subsidize everything. You will be forced to pay for everything. Did you hear about inflation? Oh, inflation is actually ticking up. They're admitting this. And our president, again, and again, I'm not beating him up, but this is what he says. He wants the dollar lower in value. So not only are those people out here with an interest earning account getting robbed blind to subsidize the stock market, but now they're being forced to pay for everything, pay more for everything as the dollar loses purchasing power. It's incredible. It's incredible that no one wants to protect the dollar. No one wants to protect the middle class. Nobody. And it certainly isn't Donald J. Trump. And I don't care what you might think or believe. If you believe that's true, you are deluded. And it doesn't matter, again, who sits in that pretty White House. Doesn't matter at all. The middle class will continue to lose. We need a revolution, people. A revolution in this country. And it's not going to happen because people are so weak. Let me clue you into something. Yesterday, I did a video, and I was just kind of goofing. I wasn't calling anyone a retard. I used the term full retard in my video. I had scores of people saying, I'm unsubbing from you, I'm unsubbing from you, because I used the term full retard. This is what's happened to our country, to our people. They can't handle anything at this particular time. It's unbelievable to me. It really is. But this is where we are at. They need to run to their safe spaces because words they find so hurtful that they just can't take it. I had to do that. Anyway, so watch Yellowstain get his ass kissed from Congress later at your expense, of course. And just remember, if you take one thing away from this video, the middle class always loses. I'll see you later.